Hello and welcome to the 6th installment of the Star Wars Armada for Vassal tutorial series. This is Green Knight speaking. Today we'll be covering subjects such as how to get matchmaking. We are going to talk about communication, and we're going to talk a little bit about community and community building. First of all, matchmaking. Vassal is great for playing solo, testing out new builds or practicing formation flying, but let's face it, sooner or later you want a real live opponent to test your skills against. Some players, especially new players, find it challenging to find someone to play against. There are quite a few Armada Vassal players, but there are not nearly as many as there are in, say, X-Wing. So just popping into the lobby at random hours and then sort of doing nothing and then quickly leaving won't net you very many games. So how do you get games in? Well, the number one thing is joining a Vassal tournament. There is usually a tournament either ongoing or starting pretty soon. Biggs in real life has run quite a few tournaments. Others have also run tournaments. I have begun running tournaments and may well do more in the future. These tournaments are guaranteed to get you in at least 3 games, so that's absolutely worth thinking about. The Fantasy Flight Games forums are the place to look for tournaments. So right now, for example, the World Cup World Cup 2017 has just ended with JJ's Juggernaut, the winner of the Real World Championship 2016, crushing my puny Imperial fleet. I mean, it was a crushing victory. So, and right now I'm doing the Vassal Freshman Spring 2017 tournament, which actually is going to turn into 3 tournaments, and after that we're going to have yet another tournament before the summer. So plenty of opportunities. So please join a tournament. It's a great way to get in games, get to know people, and start building community and just having a blast. And you don't have to be super skilled in Armada or be a Vassal expert to join, so don't feel that. If you join a tournament, you have also a head start when it comes to building your own community, so to speak, because essentially once you play in a tournament, your username will be a known factor, and it's much easier to get into touch with other players that you saw in that tournament. So forum PMs or just hanging out in the lobby, that works great, especially if you already know a few players. So let's say I wanted to get in a game here. Maybe I know some of these players from before, and then I can just sort of right click their username, send a private message. I'm not going to do that right now, but just text it in and it pops up a chat box with the other guy. And since I know on Arisius before, if he has time he will play me. First rule of Fight Club, I don't know him, but I can always try to ask him for a game. These 2 guys have a locked room, probably not too interested in having a call from me right now, but if they were just hanging around in the main room, I would totally send them a PM if I wanted a game. So start by joining a tournament, then spend time hanging around in the lobby. Even if there aren't any people around, some might come on, and you can use this exclamation point here to show that you are interested in a game. but sort of just like passively sitting and waiting for a game to happen is no good. On the other hand, if you see someone already in the lobby or just logging in, just go send them a private message. Hi, I'm Green Knight. Are you interested in the game? And either way, they will ignore you when that happens, but not a lot, or they will say, no, I'm just popping in to have a look, or maybe we can play later, or yeah, great, I'm also looking for a game. If you don't ask, chances are you won't be getting any, or at least not very many games. So sometimes I see 2 or 3 people sitting with blue exclamation marks, and I don't know, maybe no one got in touch with the other guys, and no games are happening. So when it comes to hanging around in the lobby, you have to take your time zone into account. Basically, the world is divided in 3. The US, or North America, we have some Canadians as well. So those are online sort of at the same time. So that's the biggest crowd, so US players have a bigger chance of finding opponents. The other largish crowd is the Eurozone, from Greenwich Mean Time to +0 to +2 or thereabouts. We have players from the UK, Wales, Norway, Sweden, Poland, Germany, Italy, Spain, you name it. And the third group are the Australians, and we even have at least one player from New Zealand, and those stretch from Perth in the west to New Zealand, so that's several time zones there. That's a much smaller group than the other 2. So just because you don't find any opponents hanging around in the lobby just then and there, could be you are logging in on a slightly awkward time. So that's the lobby. And like I said, you can sort of send private messages to your friends. I play with a lot of different guys around there, so if I really want a game with someone or just want to whine about not getting in any games and ask around, I can totally do that, or I can just post here. That sort of gets quickly drowned, so if you want to advertise on the forum, maybe do an organized play post here. It will stay on the top for a long time. The other thing is Facebook. There we are. Yeah, and we have the Star Wars Armada online vassal connections. There are a few members here, and new guys are popping in all the time. I wouldn't say chances are that great for picking up a game here, but it's worth trying it. And again, the more people you know, the greater the chance that someone will catch on. The final channel I'm going to mention is Discord. Discord is kind of an application that lets you you can sort of send text messages. Okay, I should probably drag this window. Okay, this is Discord. Yeah, it's a chat utility test, and you have general. You can chat about fleet building. You can look for friendly games. Anyone around for vessel. Again, not always easy to get matches in this way, especially if you're new. So don't be discouraged. And rules question, sort of redundant. Maybe ask rules questions on the forums, but you could get some quick replies here. The other reason I mentioned Discord is because it has a built-in voice chat, so you have a variety of rooms here. So basically if I wanted to voice chat, I could just join a channel. Ooh, there. And if another player, my opponent, joined this, we could talk to one another. Ha, not bad. And I'm disconnecting voice. All you have to do here is register. It's very easy to use, which brings me around to the other topic, and that is communication. Because of course, oh, hi, making a tutorial. Can't talk right now. I know that guy. We have met many times in the lobby, and we played one another. And he's another Eurozone player. So most games actually take place using nothing but the chat. And I guess it's pretty fast. Oh, I have the blue exclamation point on there. I should probably remove it because it thinks I'm looking for a game. And like I showed you, oops, the other day. No, what happened? No. I'm completely daft. Sorry, guys. Because whatever I do in this, in the main maps, such as reporting set, or you remember the spawn thing. So if I change speed, take damage, that sort of thing, it gets reported. So once you get used to Vassal, and you know the rules, and you've done this a few times, there really isn't much that needs to be said. You can sort of have almost an entire game run with nothing but these automated messages, and there is truthiness Discord. Yeah, it's great. Making a making a tutorial. That's a great guy. Great player. Very creative when it comes to list building. US based. You should try to play him if you can. And you can just sort of pop in and do some haha, very funny, or lol, or just kind of ask questions if something is unclear. But voice communication is faster. There is no denying that. Despite all this automation, auto-reporting, sound messages, everything I built into the module, nothing beats speaking to the other guy. And of course Skype is an option, but Discord is so easy to install and create a user and just have run on your computer, and you just literally have to click one channel and the other guy does the same, and then you're on. And what's also cool is if you're running a game, say a tournament game, and you have like 6 to 10 spectators, they can join the channel as well, and they can hear you talking. If they are polite, they will just mute their own mic, of course, or just keep the chatter down. Okay, so that's that. Discord, it's called. You can just download it, and you have to find the channel. I think I have it in the help menu here. Help. Yeah, you can just click this link, and it will take you to the right Discord channel. Yeah, I think that covers communication. despite voice being preferable, much more social, much faster. There is a tendency, I think people kind of like just sticking to the text chat. Maybe it reduces stress, or it has to do with people playing at work. I don't know. But you can always ask, can we do this over voice? And if the other guy says, no, I can't, or I won't, that's okay. Yeah, game length. I don't know. You can run puzzle games just as fast as you can the tabletop, but if you use just the text chat, it tends to take a bit longer. But you save up on setup time, of course, and you can save the game and resume later, that sort of thing. We'll cover those in more details in a later tutorial. Okay, I think I covered most things things you can do to get in games. So basically join a tournament, ask around, be polite, use the exclamation mark, spend time in the lobby. Like all social interactions, it's gonna take a little effort before you are well known and build up a small crowd of people that you know and they know you, and you like playing against one another, and you have matching time zones. So join a tournament. Okay, not gonna say that anymore. Install Discord, also not saying that anymore. Join the Facebook group, also not saying that again. Yeah. Final thing, community. You help build community by connecting to other players, of course. To make it easier for you, I've put in some links here. This is a quick start guide. Click it, and it's the basic old how-to for the 2.2.0.0 version. Most of it still applies, but it doesn't cover everything. So tutorial videos. Green Knight channel. Oh, I have one guy following me. I have these tutorials, and I have this playlist, so I'm gonna sort of keep making tutorials until I run out of things to say. All of them will be stuck in this playlist. I'm not gonna use that, I'm closing it. Okay, Discord link, Facebook link, Armada official news, Armada resources, rules regulation, rules reference guide. Is that what it's called? RRG. Oh. Forum. If you don't already have a user, get one and be a bit active. The Armada wiki, all the cards with images, and my two favorite builders. There are others, but I use these two, so that's why they appear here. Oh yeah, it's always good to sort of prepare your lists beforehand. Have a list ready, or have several lists ready, and have them built up as log files, so you can both provide your opponent with a link so you can see your list pretty quickly and see that the numbers check out, and also that you can set up with a minimum of time. Don't start with sort of I just have to build a list and then go on to sort of click drag, click drag, click drag. You can do that beforehand. It's one of the really strong sides of the module, so don't sell it short by sort of wasting your own and your opponent's time by having to create a list and then setting it up. I have 3 blogs here that are pretty good. Steel Legion, Bigs in real life, been around a long time. Concentrate Fire Smithies, and this one I think I can call it pretty new. Cannot get your ship out, very good. Lots of articles, some of them very meaty. I would recommend it. Podcast. There are several podcasts have been podcasts that have come and gone. Intensify Forward Firepower, English is not my first language, sorry, has been around for a long time. They don't make new podcasts very often, and I think they can get really wordy, but they A, know what they're talking about in terms of Armada gameplay, and B, they can be pretty darn funny. So check it out. And the Twitch channel, yeah, we sometimes stream games live. So yeah, I think that's about it for today. For our next tutorial, I think we'll look at the Carillion conflict stuff that I have built in. So until then, goodbye.